This is my new watch list for February 2021. So I came up with this idea after watching booktubers. I go on booktube a lot, and a lot of them have like TBRs, or like they use games to pick their TBRs. I really watch back on Bookopoly and How to Train Your Gavin, and a bunch of them like those. So they just use games, or they use different things to randomly choose books that they're going to read for the month. I thought that was so interesting and so cool, and so I was like, why don't I do that and incorporate that into TV shows I want to watch? Because I feel like I watch a lot of the same things, or I only watch what I want to watch, and I feel like diversifying what I'm watching would be really great, really beneficial, and then I can be exposed to different things that I wouldn't have before in different genres, and find a lot of things I actually like that I probably would never have given a chance. So currently I'm calling this my watch list. So every month I will do this. If you guys have a better name that would go better, please let me know. I'm not stuck to watch list for the month, but currently that's all I could think of. So I'm just going to stick with watch list. So let me explain like how this is going to go, like kind of like what are the rules, goals, and things like that. So for this monthly watch list, I will be choosing 3 different shows to watch for the month. I could have chose more. I was like maybe like 5, but I thought for me 3 was a good number. Especially like some shows can go on forever. So I was like, I don't want to have to try to watch like 5 or 7 different shows in a month and then not finish them. And I also thought 3 would be good for me, and it'll also give me time to watch other things that are not on my watch list that I want to, and like chance to like do other things, like maybe read a book or watch a movie. But I just chose 3 for me because that's what I want to do for the month, so I won't put too much pressure on myself. But you know, hey, if other people want to do this and they want to do like 5, 7, 10 shows a month, go for it, you know. But for me, I'm just gonna stick with 3. So I have a bunch of different like prompts or like categories for what I'll be picking out of this tin right here. So in there is a bunch of categories, and whatever I choose, I will have to pick a show that falls into that category. So I will list them for you now. So I'm gonna just go one at a time about what the options I put for myself, and these are just for me, just so I diversify my watching. I feel like I watch a lot of romance and a lot of drama, so I'm trying to put categories that aren't those, that I can diversify and be exposed to other things that I might like that I haven't really given a chance. Show from my Netflix list. So I feel like I watch a lot of shows on Netflix. Netflix is my #1 streaming service, but I add a lot of things, and sometimes I won't always go to my list to watch the shows I've already added. I'll like go to something new that just came out. So I put that specifically on there to choose a show from my Netflix list. Watch a show from Hulu. I recently got Hulu just to, you know, watch some more shows. So I haven't been utilizing it that much, so this is so I can watch more shows on there and not all on Netflix. Show in a different language. Watch a show on Prime. I really only watch one show on Prime, so hopefully I can watch more with this one. Watch a show on a free streaming service. I haven't wanted to do this one for a while now. I just happen to tend to go towards Netflix and other streaming services like that, just because of no commercials. Mostly on free streaming services that will be like commercials just because it's like free, which I understand. So I don't really go towards a whole lot of those, but I did want to put this on just so people like who don't have the ability to pay for Netflix or other streaming services, that there are free ones out there and there are good shows on them. So that is one I wanted to do. A show with 5 or more seasons. So for this one, any show that I choose that is 5 or more seasons, even if it's not for the specific category, I am giving myself 2 months to watch. Just because some shows do have like 10 or 12 seasons, and I'm not going to put that burden on myself to watch it within a whole month. Like, you know, I could do that if I had time, but I have a full-time job, you know, I have other things, and I can't give all the time that I can to watching TV that I would like to do. So that's why I'm giving myself a little leeway on that one. Watch a show recommended by a friend or family. watch a popular show or a hyped up show. So this is mostly going to be a show I see a lot of people talking about. So mostly like on social media, like on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, things like that. Whatever I see a lot of people like retweeting, talking about on those social media platforms, I would pick a show that falls into that category. Okay, my next one is a show recommended by Netflix. So this is not the same as my Netflix list. So on Netflix, there are categories like top picks for because you watched this. They have a list of different shows. So any show within like a category like that, I would have to choose from Netflix. So anything that Netflix thinks I would like, I would choose that. So not just basically, I guess Netflix is kind of what they think you will like, but not just if it says TV shows or romance TV shows or TV shows that are comedy based or something like that. It can't just be that. It has to actually say because you watched or top picks for me. Okay, so the next one is rewatch. So rewatch a show I've already seen. A lot of times there are shows out there that I really, really like and I want to rewatch them, but I just don't. I'm like, I have to get to the next show. I need to watch more new shows because there's so many things coming out. So this gives me a chance to like, okay, slow down, rewatch the show that you really enjoyed, and just take time to enjoy it all over again. So that was that one for. A show older than 5 years. So for this one, the first episode of the show had to have premiered 5 years ago. It could have ended last year, but the very first episode of the show had to have premiered 5 years ago. I did that just because I feel like I'm seeing a lot more recent shows, and there's a lot of shows out there that are older that are really good that I have never even watched before. So just trying to expand, again, what I'm watching and go towards older shows that are like, you know, classics, really good ones that people love that I just haven't had the chance to watch. Okay, next one is a show I'm not interested in / don't want to see. So the reason I put this on there is because I feel like sometimes there's shows you're like, oh, you know, I don't want to see that. And then you might be watching with a friend because they have it on, or like a family member, and you're like, oh, this is pretty good. So that's why I put that on there. So I'm gonna figure out how I want to do this, but I'm probably just gonna go through my Netflix and see shows that like maybe other people like, but I didn't really think seem interesting from the trailer, or even like if I see Netflix recommending it to me a lot and I'm like, not really into it, I might give it a chance. But it's really shows that I see that I'm like, not really interested, don't really want to watch that, and then I just happen to give it a chance and see what I think. The next one is a show that is a limited series or one season. So this is just for shows that, you know, just one season limited series. There's a lot of them out there, I feel. Just an option. I feel like, you know, sometimes I watch shows that have 2-3 seasons, not just one season. So that's just an option. Next one is a show that I need to catch up on. I start a lot of shows and then, you know, the next season will come on Netflix, forget to watch it, or even like shows on TV, like you miss one episode, then somehow you end up missing the rest of the season. So anything like that where I have started the show but I haven't finished up to where it's done streaming or where they finished filming, I can catch up on. So it could either be like if a new season is on Netflix. So Riverdale, that was one I happened to rewatch. Since Netflix had updated it to the most recent season, but they were still making more episodes, that's fine. As long as I watch it, finish it on Netflix, that's fine. Or even like on Hulu, I know a lot of TV shows will show the new episode the next day. So if I go on Hulu and catch up on a show, something like that. So that's what I mean when I catch up on, just finish a show or catch up on the episodes I had missed. Next one is shows based off a book. There are so many shows out there that are based on books, and a lot more than I even realized. Example, Bridgerton, based off books, which I recently watched and I loved. So I just want to watch more TV shows based on books. Just something I decided to put on there. My next one is anime. I feel like I don't ever watch anime TV shows. I feel like they were really big when I was younger, or I know I used to watch Sailor Moon. I know I used to watch TV with my brother. He would watch Pokemon. He would watch Yu-Gi-Oh! He watched Dragon Ball Z. So I'm like, let me get back into anime. I feel like it is still really big. I just don't watch it. So that's another thing to put in there. The next category I have is watch a cartoon. So there are like a lot of cartoons that I used to watch back in the day. Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, Danny Phantom. And I feel like I just want to like rewatch them or watch them again. So that's a category put on there. Or even like more new cartoons, but I feel like I would rather just watch the ones I saw when I was younger. So that's why I put that on there, just to like go back and rewatch shows I watched when I was little. These ones are mostly genre based. There's only a couple of those. So as I said before, I mostly watch romance and drama. So I decided to watch a comedy. Another one was watch an action show. Another one was like a scary / horror mystery type of show. So those I decided to add in. I really don't tend to go towards those a lot. But I do every once in a while watch a comedy, watch a drama, watch an action. But I feel like I mostly go towards the romance. So I decided to add those in to just make me watch more of those. And then another one I said was watch like kind of like a children young teen show, but this is mostly something that you would find like on Disney Channel or like Nickelodeon. So probably like your That's So Raven, like a Drake and Josh or Kim Possible, something like that. I added this one on because my sister actually recommended me watch Alexa and Katie. And so when I watched that, it's not really a show I would probably rewatch or choose myself to watch, but it was actually pretty good, pretty decent show on Netflix. And I was like, maybe there are other shows like this out there. I probably won't rewatch, but just to like give a chance or watch it, see what I think. So that's why I added that one there. So I did start this end of last year just to try it out how I liked it and see if I would start it with the year 2021. And I did actually enjoy picking out shows like that. So that was kind of the list I started with, and I am adding and changing a couple of categories. So I added on watch a show on Apple TV. So I recently got Apple TV because I got an iPad. It was like free for a year, so I was like, let me take advantage of this and watch a show on Apple TV. I don't really know a whole lot of shows on there. I think there's a morning show, I think that's what it's called, with Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, and Steve Carell. I think Dickinson I heard a lot of good things about, so I might check that one out. But other than those two, I don't really know a whole lot about other shows that are on there. So this will just give me a chance to maybe look at Apple TV a little more, check out what they have, and see if I would want to continue watching shows on there. Next one I put was my pick. Sometimes, you're just doing this constantly, and I feel like, there were shows I wanted to watch, but I would just like an option, just no restraints, not to have to fit in a category, just pick whatever I want to watch. So that's why I put one in that was just my pick. And then the last one, I had a category that was watch a show with predominantly black cast, because I felt like I wasn't watching a lot of shows like that. So I decided to put that in there to give me more reason to pick it. So I do feel like I watched a lot of black TV shows, which I really enjoy, and I'm currently watching some now. But I decided to change that one. Instead of just having black TV show, have it a show with predominantly cast of people of color. So it can be black African American, Latino Hispanic TV shows, Native American TV shows, Indian American TV shows, Asian American TV shows, anything like that. Just the cast has to be mainly people of color, and it can be a mixture of all those races, but mainly the main cast, not the side characters. The main cast has to be of people of color and very diverse. So I put that in there. So those are the 3 categories I added on for 2021. So I am excited to get this started. So the rules basically for this that I kind of made up for myself, I can also change them if I would like. If I see something's not really working out for me, I'll probably change them for the next month or adjust. But basically the rules are picking 3 shows, and I have to finish those shows with the month I am choosing for. So since this is for February, I will need to finish these 3 shows for the month of February, with the exception of a show that happens to be 5 or more seasons. I have 2 months to finish that show. So if I let's say I choose One Tree Hill, because I believe that's 9 seasons, I'll have February and March to finish that show. which is a good thing, and it also can be like a bad thing because then I'll have an extra show going into March when I pick my shows for next month. So it can be a bonus, but also can be a disadvantage depending how you look at it. So I will definitely try to finish all the shows, but if I end up not finishing the 5 seasons or more show, that's completely fine. But as long as, you know, I start it in the month, I'm good. And that's another rule. As long as I start the shows within the month, I kind of count that as fine. If I see myself kind of lagging and just like watching one episode and not, then maybe I'll change that. But I typically do get through most of the shows, and maybe one I have a couple episodes left that goes into next month. So that's why I'm like, if I start it, then it's basically I'm good for that month. Another rule is I cannot use the same category back to back. So all the categories picked for February, I cannot pick them again for March. And most of the shows I probably will be watching will be from Netflix. As I said, that's what I tend to go to. And I like to choose the shows from my Netflix list. That's what I'm trying to do, because I found out that's one thing I wanted to do this for, is because I feel like I add so many things to my list and I'm not always watching everything I'm adding to my list. So I'm trying to dwindle down my Netflix list and like, okay, watch everything I'm adding and not always watching the newest thing that's coming up there. I don't know why I do that. I don't know if anyone else is like that. If you have so many things on your Netflix list that you want to watch and you just go to a new show that's not even on there. But yeah, that's another reason why I did this. So I'm going to try to pick shows from my Netflix list. Will that always happen? Probably not. I might see a show that I haven't added on my list. I'm like, hey, I really want to watch this, that falls into a category. So be it. That's what's going to happen. This is my little bin with the little categories in them. I'll open them up. They're all here in folded piece of paper. I honestly just wrote them down on lined paper and folded them and put them in here. And then I'll just shake this up just to, you know, mix up a bit, and then I will choose 3 shows from there. And this bag, that's just for decoration. So I just like, look, what's something TV I got? Just put the bag there. So those are basically the rules that I came up for myself. 3 shows a month, try to finish them within that month. And all the shows I'll be picking, I will try to make reviews on all of them so you guys know what I thought about them. Okay, now it is time to choose what I'm going to be watching for February. Let's see. I'm just going to shake it one more time to make sure it's really good. Okay. First one is Watch a Scary / Mystery Show. For Watch a Scary / Mystery Show, I immediately knew what I wanted to choose, and that was Night Stalker. I recently saw this on Netflix. It come on, and it's currently, as I'm recording this, it's like number 1 on their top 10. And so I really want to see this one. Basically, it's about some type of killer, and the police are like on the hunt, chasing him, trying to find this killer. And it's called Night Stalker. It's a documentary series. So I'm very interested in that. Okay, next one is watch a limited series or 1 season show. For watch a limited series or a series of 1 season, I decided to choose Get Even. So this is straight off my Netflix list. I just went through and kind of saw what had 1 season, and it was a lot of shows. But I know Get Even has been on my Netflix list for quite a while now, so I decided to put that on here and give that a watch. So from what I can tell from the trailer, Get Even's about these 4 girls that they decide not to get mad but get even, and it looks like it's about some people that are not like that kind, or kind of like did other people wrong, so they decide to get even and get them back, and I guess embarrass them or do something to them, like nothing like lethal, but do something again to get even with them. But I guess there ends up being a murder, and these people are trying to frame these 4 girls, but I don't think they know who the exact 4 girls are, but they're trying to frame their group, because I believe they have a group name, but no one knows exactly who's in the group. But there's a murder and they try to frame that group, if I could tell correctly from the trailer, because that's all I'm going off for this one. So yeah, that does seem pretty interesting, so I'm excited to give that a watch. Okay, and the very last one I'll be watching for this month is watch a show from Prime. Then for the last one, watch a show on Prime. I wasn't too excited to get this one. I really don't go to Prime at all. I don't really watch anything, so it took me a little while to pick something out, but I decided to choose Vikings. I had seen people talk about Vikings and it seemed really cool, and I had been interested in watching this before, so I didn't really know it was on Prime, but I see that there are 6 seasons, and I did check, only 6 seasons of Vikings out total, so all seasons are on Prime. So I'm gonna give Vikings a watch. That one is gonna be my longest show for this month. So with 2 shows with like limited/1 season, and then Vikings with 6 seasons, I do think I can finish all these within the month of February, but we will see. For Vikings, since it is 6 seasons, I can go into March with it. But those are my 3 shows for my February watch list. I am excited to give these 3 shows a watch, and I was so excited picking them out. You know, I get nervous and I'm kind of excited, like, okay, what am I going to watch this month? So those are 3 shows. It's not a whole lot of episodes with these 3, so I'm hoping that I will be able to watch a couple other things if I wanted to for the month of February, but we'll see. And here is the list again. So watch a scary movie/mystery show. I will be seeing Night Stalker. For watch a limited series or 1 season, I will be watching Get Even, and watch a show on Prime. It will be Vikings. So again, these are the 3 shows I'll be watching for the month of February.